Here with Troy Johnson from the toy box development team of Avalanche, and we're looking at some 3.0 characters, and here is ʟᴜᴏrrSO. And Troy likes the Tron characters.
I do. I love the Tron characters.
Talk to us about the Tron characters. Why are they so close to your heart?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why. I've always loved Tron. Well, because it looks beautiful. It's really cool. You know, totally. You know, this new experience back when it was. You know, a new phenomenon, and then I love the look and I love the feel of Tron Legacy, and so I had an awesome privilege to help work on the characters that we did from Tron Legacy. So I have a particular soft spot in my heart for how these two play, Sam and ʟᴜᴏrrSO.
And so what did you do in helping develop them?
So you know, kind of just an awful lot of research on how they move, what attacks they should have, and then helping kind of design just how you know their abilities work and
so
things like that.
So the design team, the character designers, I guess you guys have to work closely together when you're designing these in terms of like, okay, sure, she looks like that, but this is how we need to program her to attack, and this is how we need to program her to jump, and that kind of stuff. So it's something I wouldn't even have thought of, that it kind of has to go hand in hand.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about Avalanche software as a whole, as a studio, the culture there is, you know, I was really passionate about these characters, and I just, you know, talked to Kelly Murphy and to Marcus Fisher, who were, you know, kind of our character and mechanics, you know, gurus over there, and as far as design is concerned. So each time you hit the button, more enemies will spawn.
Yeah,
so that's part of it.
I got knocked into it and hit it twice.
They just kept going.
And,
but yeah, so I was able to talk to them and just say, hey, look, you know, if you need any help, I love this Tron stuff and I would love to be involved. And you know, they just gave me the shot to be involved. And so, you know, it's a great culture to be a part of a team that allows you to kind of go for what you're passionate about. It's awesome.
That's really great. So I bet it must have been cool to love the movie and then also get your hands.
Yes. Oh man, it was a real.
It's crazy to think about when that movie came out. They lost for the special effects that year for the Academy Awards because they used computers. It was cheating.
Yep.
And now look where we are.
You're like, wait a second.
Yeah. Right. All right. So here's our special attack.
So her special attack basically puts her into a super state where she's faster, hits harder, and just all around more awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had realized that instead of just standing there for the first half of it.
So she does. She gets a cool extra glow around her.
I should have been like, hey, what is her special attack?
It's really neat looking when you're in a dark sky dome because the stripes on her suit like emit a light and glow,
that's pretty cool.
And yeah, she feels really neat.
I am like eating it. I should not have hit the button 6 times. And I rely too much on like the characters' like ranged attacks, but her ranged attack is ranged because it's like this grappling kind of thing. And does it pull the characters towards her?
So yeah, so it hits, it deals damage.
I should say, just full disclosure, I've never played the PC. I've never played as these characters like in the digital version.
So you know, everybody clamored to get figures for them, and I think that was one of the great things we were able to do for 3.0 was to you know, develop actual toys for Sam and ʟᴜᴏrrSO. So I love that they're here, that they're a new experience for most Disney Infinity players this time around. So yeah, so her ranged attack is kind of a riff off of the if you've got the chain whip from Ghost Rider Power Disc, or the Mrs. Incredible Sticky Hand, kind of a riff on that mechanic.
So it's an example of you using the same mechanic and just kind of giving a different kind of skin.
Yeah. So and there are differences as well. You know, hers doesn't grab the character and then pull her toward it with a kick like Mrs. Incredible's does.
Yeah.
But then it does have some added benefits that, for example, the flames, the Ghost Rider's whip disc, where that's just hits. This actually has the stumble that kind of pulls them toward it, and when you upgrade them, it will actually pull them and throw them up into the air, so you can jump up and you know, get some really extra hits.
So you can kind of like the lightsaber juggling, kind of you can kind of maybe pull that off a little bit.
So it's not quite the same lightsaber juggling. Being that they were originally released as 2.0 characters, they don't have all of the same air combo things.
Yeah.
But you know, it'll pop them up, give you some extra time to react, pull them in close to you, do, so you can jump up and either do your ground, you know exactly, your ground attack and hit them out of the air that way, or just pull them in closer for some extra just ground combos. And when you upgrade her ground combos, she is a beast. She is awesome. Just all sorts of spinning swords and discs and kicks and everything.
Yeah.
She's
when,
really fun.
When you guys were designing, when these characters were first picked to be brought into Infinity, had they cast Olivia Wilde? Or because when you look at the concept art, like when they were first developing it, this is exactly how she looks. So like, did they hand you the concept art, or did Legacy already been?
So yeah, Legacy had been out for a few years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because
So-
it came out in like 09 or so, like 10 or something
like that, 10 or 11.
And so I was curious, and well, we'll get at this when we switch over to the other Tron character, because I have a question or two about that. Uh-oh, what's happening? Are we getting in trouble?
I plugged my phone in.
Oh, look at that. Well, had I known, I could just stick my laptop in there and save it. So, well, did we do it? We showed her special attack, and here, I'll trigger one more time.
So she starts off with that special attack, and then now is in her super state for a set amount of time.
And so I feel like the first time I did it, the screen turned like a little yellow.
So it gets kind of a realm kind of effect that
Gotcha.
darkens it a bit as she brightens up, and then that effect goes away and she just remains lit. So you kind of get a sense of, I'm still in this mode for, you know, you can tell how long it's lasting.
Cool.
Some of those things, you know, upgrade how long it lasts. That's really. I think the other thing that to point out that we might not have enough skill points in this video to upgrade to is that she can actually use the, we call it web swing because Spider-Man and Venom do it, but that mechanic with her light beam grapple.
That's pretty legit.
So yeah, so she can
could
use
be a
that.
pretty quick mover.
Exactly.
Through
Yep.
level.
Once you upgrade her to it.
That's awesome.
Basically from that kind of climax scene from Tron Legacy where she swings underneath the bridge to reach Sam.
Yeah.
We're just like, boom, it's in the movie, we're doing it.
I've been trying to like marathon all the IP that's coming out for 3.0. Then my last thing I have to do is like Rebels and Clone Wars. So, but I just watched Tron Legacy. And I totally forgot. Like, but now as soon as you mentioned that she could do the swing, I was like, yeah, she totally kicks it.